If I have some executive function deficits, I'm not going to totally understand her sarcasm. I'm not going to be able to be a good reader of her facial cues, her body language, her tone of voice, her volume of voice, and so on. So if I have an abstract thinking deficit, I'm not going to understand language unless it's very literal and concrete. With abstract thinking deficit, I'm going to take things very literally. I'm not going to, if she is even remotely vague in describing what she wants, it's going to be hard for me to understand. If I have an emotional control deficit, which is another, emotional control is an executive function, but if I have a deficit in that area, I'm going to have difficulty controlling my escalating emotions. We call that emotional dysregulation. So if I tend to revert to some form of a shutdown or a meltdown, that is an emotional control deficit. Planning and organizing is an executive function. If we have a deficit in that area, then I have a difficulty organizing my time, organizing information, carrying out instructions. How does that cause a problem in the relationship? The ASD individual is usually a visual learner in a verbal world. So if she is giving me verbal instructions, I'm really going to have a hard time understanding and carrying out those instructions accurately. Shifting focus, if I have a deficit in that area, it's going to be hard for me to stop what I'm doing, especially if it's one of my special interests and I'm highly focused on it in the moment, to drop that and shift completely to attend to something that she wants me to attend to. Even if she just interrupts what I'm doing and wants to engage in a conversation all of a sudden, especially if, I need to talk to you about this problem. It's like, okay, well, thanks for the big surprise and disrupting my routine type of thing. And then the other deficit that is very prominent in ASD is working memory. So if I have a working memory deficit, it's hard for me to remember what she said, especially if it was too many points that droned on for 15 or 20 minutes. So how this is going to cause a problem in the relationship is when she is upset with me, but she doesn't come right out and tell me, she expects me to know it anyway. But if I don't get it, if I don't understand that she's upset because she's not being direct and concrete with me and being very specific, then somehow I'm insensitive, uncaring because I'm not noticing that she's upset.